Beyoncé, who, the people's is mad because apparently, she was snubbed for Cowboy Carter at the CMAs, which I don't know why y'all surprised that she was snubbed, but let's entertain it. Let's entertain the nonsense. So Beyonce fans slammed the CMA Awards as racist for not nominating the singer in a single category at the 2024 show, despite the success of her country album Cowboy Carter. Well, is it really a country album? Because she said this isn't a country album, this is a Beyonce album. So maybe that's why she ain't get nominated. Also, what I was thinking about, like in regards of like the Grammys and stuff, was she out here campaigning? Because the point of look, I'm just gonna be honest. First of all, I just feel like award shows now ain't worth the price of tea in China. I just feel like a lot of these awards are just a waste. I feel like they ain't worth shit. Who cares? They don't really hold as much weight as they did when I was growing up. I don't even think a lot of people even take value in award shows because a lot of y'all quiet as it's kept ain't watching it. Why do you think that tomorrow with the VMAs, they trying to pull all kinds of stunts and shows to get y'all to watch them ratings be in the damn toilet? I mean, maybe people will check it out for Chaperone and the one we just found out was a Scientologist, allegedly Sabrina Carpenter. But at this point, I don't think the awards are worth, the weight of the shit that comes out of my ass before I flush it. So they said, according to the people, there's just no effing way that Bey and Cowboy Carter got completely ignored by the CMAs, but fuck ass Post Malone got 4 nominations. This is just racism, and there's no other word for it because Cowboy Carter is one of the biggest albums of the year, and it literally put country on the spotlight again this year, wrote one upset Twitter user on Monday. Well, look, let's talk about Post Malone, who y'all already know. I want to eat his butt. But then again, he probably got dingleberries. He probably don't clean back there right. But I don't care. I got dude wipes. I can wipe the ass before I put my face back there. And y'all already know I got a thing. Don't judge me. But I do got a thing. Something sexy about Post Malone. But I noticed ever since, because he couldn't hack it in the hip hop world, the minute he lost weight, and started dibble-dabbling in the country world, they welcome him with open arms. But we know what that is. When you white, easy access. And then let's talk about this little tight-ass queen in the maroon jacket, Morgan Whalen, who's a damn racist and has done a lot of problematic things in the industry, but was nominated for 7 awards. So they applaud that, but not Beyonce. But like I said, why y'all surprised? And why do we always, as a people, always want to go hard for them award shows? Because y'all want a seat at the table. Y'all always looking out here windmilling hard for that white approval. But you want to know something? I don't think Beyonce cares one way or another. Like she's got enough. She's got like 30-something all Grammys. The Grammys probably out of spite will probably do. Oh, we're gonna really nominate the hell out of her at the Grammys. And I believe that it's going to be a big Beyonce versus Taylor Swift type situation at the Grammys in 2025, especially in regards of who's going to get Album of the Year. Is it going to be Taylor again? Because Taylor won last year. Just like Taylor Swift ain't out here getting nominated for Country Music Awards, I don't even think she cares. She out here living her best life and grinding her little flat booty up on Travis Kelce's meat. That's what she out here doing. So let's continue to go on with what the other people saying. So they said, well done, CMAs. Keep continuing to prove that y'all are just a bunch of racists. Beyonce made history with Cowboy Carter and achieved more than any other country album or artist the past few years. Y'all just too damn scared of her. No one in the category is having a number 1 album. This is what another person says. No one in the history of having a number 1 album and song has been completely snubbed at an award show in any category. The CMAs can kiss the blackest part of my ass. Beyonce deserved better. This is what a third fan had to say. Another person had to say, anyone with common sense knew the CMAs was going to pay Bey dust. They do not like her. They are not going to honor an album that was sparked from their racist treatment towards her. That is absolutely true. Because remember, at one point, let's take a trip back. When Beyonce performed at the CMAs with the Chicks, the artist formerly known as the Dixie Chicks. And she received a lot of racist backlash on social media, which she revealed I believe in an interview that the album, or it was like a press release or something or another, that the reason why Cowboy Carter came to be, which people seem to forget, she did also reveal that Cowboy Carter was the album that she was going to that was going to come out before Renaissance. But because of the state of the climate and the way the world was at the time, she was like, you know what, let's release the disco album first because I want to cheer everybody up. I want everybody to feel good or whatever the case is. And we're not going to sit up here and try to act like that, while she has sparked conversation, and I'm going to give her that. Beyonce, there were some people that said she ain't create country. She ain't really moved the needle in regards. I said, okay, she may not have moved the needle in regards of like country music and all this other stuff because it did sound. She did do some a little bit experimentation on the album. There are some songs that she did experiment with, which I like. That's the outside the box. They had those country elements, but it took it to another level. But she did pay her respects in regards of like the original grassroots of country music and incorporated it throughout the album. In my opinion, like I said, I'm not a country music fan. This album didn't move me no way. I prefer Renaissance over Cowboy Carter because Renaissance, I love disco music. I love dance music. Dance music is my jam. That's what I stick with. Country music, skewed or whatever. Alicia was on there singing and giving a little yang yang and all that other stuff. She was hitting her notes and her runs, and she was giving y'all, because y'all over here, Beyonce don't be singing no more. She don't be singing. She don't be giving vocals. She gave enough vocals for y'all on this country album. So while country music is my judge, and yeah, she's from Texas, and she's given the whole country situation, and she played up in her Texas roots. It's not my cup of tea. But we're not going to sit up here and try to act like that these white folks out here wasn't playing in her face, because that's exactly what it is. But I don't think that Beyonce cares, because she's like, you know what? At the end of the day, and this is what a Virgo be Virgoing. As long as we start a conversation, as long as we get y'all thinking, as long as we open y'all minds and brains and get y'all debating and discussing things, because that's what we are. We are deep thinkers. And a lot of times we'll tell you a little something, something, but if you're not listening, we're going to present it to you in another way where it's just like, it's going to be like, it'll probably hit you later on. Some people a little slow, but it'd be embedded in your brain. And then you gag. And it was like, well, wait a minute. Now this child got me thinking about all this other stuff. And it was like, yeah, that's what we've been trying to tell you the whole time. So we're going to tell you some stuff. That's why they always say Virgos are the best teachers. That's one of the professions they always say that Virgos should go into is teaching. And Beyonce is teaching people through the music, the history. So yeah, Texas Hold'em did pretty well. And when she performed with the Chicks, like I said, that she was dealing with the whole racist stuff that was, from the fandom, and that's what inspired her to make this record. She said, okay, well, y'all gonna say all this shit, I'm gonna prove y'all wrong. And I'm gonna gag y'all. And yeah, why the hell would they invite somebody on a show that they got read by? You don't know white people don't like it when the black people read them down to the floor? Country music is racist and homophobic. So why would y'all expect someone like Beyonce to be giving her flowers by a bunch of gatekeepers who believe what they believe? Especially when she had to gather their ass in 2016. Because here's her quote, what she said. She said, the criticisms I faced when I first entered the genre forced me to propel past the limitations that were put on me. Act 2 is a result of challenging myself and taking my time to bend and blend genres together to create this body of work. So, yeah. So, like I said, Morgan Wallen, he was caught on video using a racial slur, leads the CMAs with 7 award nominations. So, there's that. But also, you know what? There's some people out here that showing their support. One of them being Shabuzi, who basically said that goes without saying. Thank you, Beyonce, for opening doors for us, starting a conversation, and giving us one of the most innovative country albums of all time. So that's what it is that at the end of the day, she knew as influential and as powerful as she is with being on the A-list, what she wanted to do was invoke thought or provoke thought, start a conversation, and usher in other artists. No, not a lot of people heard of Shabuzi before they started working together, and all the other people. Now people are paying attention to Shabuzi and are living for his music. So And I will say this, I do agree with this person that I'm reading on the comment. They said, funny how white artists are able to cross genres and never be criticized, but black artists never get the same grace. Absolutely. That's always the case. White people can sit up out here and do all kinds of genres. They can come in and do black music and nobody says anything. They get to have all the opportunities. But let a black person come in and challenge the status quo. People can't take it. But it is what it is. That's why as artists, we got to keep fighting. I should also say that, in a separate post, even Beyonce's father came out and said something and, brought up the whole that he believes that it's rooted in racism. So I'm glad Matthew went and said what he said, but child, you basically stating the obvious. So I was gonna interlink both things, but I'm like, I think what I'll do is I'll have to create it as a separate thing because this video gonna be extra long if I do that. So I want to say all this. What do y'all think of Beyonce being snubbed at the CMAs? I'm not surprised. I don't know why anybody's surprised. It's like, look, as long as she's starting a conversation. And first of all, here's the thing what I'll say about this, and I'm gonna wrap this up. When I was at work yesterday, because I had to do like a regurgitation of my training because the new season's about to start up, like the Knicks, the Rangers, a bunch of other stuff. We're about to start the new season. So we had to go through, refresh our memories on our training, especially if like there's any kind of fire or whatever thing that happens. Or any kind of thing, what we need to do to get people out of the building safely. So while we were doing that, during our training session, when we had to sit and watch the videos or whatever, one of the people there said that I think the main goal that people need to realize is that getting up and starting accomplishing what you meant to do is more important. It shouldn't always be about the awards. I mean, the awards are fine. Awards are great to get. Awards are icing on the cake. But if that is the main goal of what you want, I feel like you're in the wrong business. And for people getting all upset about winning an award, I feel like that shouldn't be the most important thing. Oh, well, if she wins an award, then the country music industry has to accept us, has to accept that black people are pioneers of country. Who gives a fuck what them saltines think? As long as the Shabuzis, the Tannas, the K Michelles, and everybody else get to come out here and do what they love, which is singing country songs. And don't care about what these gatekeepers have to say because they ain't keeping nothing. They can have their stupid little award show. But if you want to create your little country album and put it on the social media platforms and reach your audience that way, and people will love what you do, and you selling out arenas and all this other stuff, that should be the most, and stadiums, and that should be the most, and you get to do what you love every day, that should be the most important thing that you should be concerned about. Not some goddamn tight ass CMA award. They could take that award and shove it the farthest part of their ass. So let me know what y'all think of this story in the comments down below.